Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. Ravan, you can start the session.
Yes, sure. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this exciting webinar, which is actually one of our 10 webinar series that we will be doing going forward. So, welcome to the webinar, Become an Enterprise Software Engineer in 30 Minutes with CGAS.AI. I'm Ravan Pereira, and I will be your moderator for today. We're thrilled to show you how CGAS.AI is changing the game in software engineering. We have an incredible lineup today featuring a live demonstration of this groundbreaking platform and insights into the business value that it brings alongside how impressive its features are as well. So first of all, we'll see CGAS.AI in action with a live demonstration by our CEO and Chief Architect, Mr. Isuru Kariyawasam, who's actually at GITEX in Dubai as we speak. And then we will also have our chairman, Mr. Tarindra Kalpage, who will explain how CGAS.AI adds value to businesses of all sizes. And then we'll finish off with a short and interactive QA session. So feel free to send your questions through the webinar chat, through the Q&A section, and we will address all of them in the end, one by one. So let's dive right in. Isuru, over to you.
Thank you very much, Ravan. So as you can see, we have a one slide over here that's showing all the complications of traditional software development approach. And at the same time, the complications of low code and no code platforms. And as you can see, if we try to move forward with the traditional software development approach, the problems are starting with the communication gaps, then the financial strains, human errors, and the customers are expecting to have this solution. So they are expected to have this solution within weeks or else a month, but it will take sometimes years. So likewise, we have problems in traditional software development approach. When it comes to low code and no code platforms, these platforms will use 90% of these platforms will use their proprietary set of technologies in their platform. So if you try to develop something through these platforms, they will lock you into these platforms forever. That's why we decided to introduce the first no-nonsense enterprise software engineer accelerator platform, CGAS.AI. CGAS.AI is not a usual no-code, low-code platform. Raman, can you go back to the previous slide? And CGAS.AI is not a typical prompt-based generative AI. CGAS.AI will act like a no-nonsense virtual software engineer. I will tell you how. So in our next slide, we can see how you can feed your requirements into the CGAS platform. Let's say you want to have your tailor-made HR solution or else ERP solution or else a CRM solution, a tailor-made one for your business or for your end client. At that moment, once you feed your requirement like data objects into the system, then you can map all the relationships comes under those data objects. Likewise, you can do step-by-step process to feed your requirement into the CGAS platform. Soon after feeding your requirement, soon after clicking on the generate button, it will generate your solution under microservice architecture along with all the middleware and the configurations that you require to manage your solution. Soon after generating your solution, all the codes are securely stashed into your source repository to own and manage. At the same time, there's a live version. So once you generate a solution, your solution will be up and running. So you can explore all the features that you develop through the platform, and you can change the solution whatever the way that you want. All right, Ravan, the next slide. Now we are going to jump into our demonstration. So this is the demonstration plan today. We are going to make a company management platform right now, right here, using the CGAS.AI. We have company, and under the company, we are going to manage the company tickets, events, documentation, documents, and meetings. Under the meeting, we are going to create a relationship with meetings and meeting notes. Alongside, we are going to manage leads and the lead follow-ups. So we are going to map all of these requirement inside CGAS.AI platform, and I will show you how we can how to generate the entire solution within less than 30 minutes. All right. So I'm going to share the demonstration with you. Before that, uh, the ideology here is to save time, save money, and to make money through the CGAS platform. So there are no complex drag and drop UI editors inside the CGAS platform, and there are no complicated workflow editors unlike any other no-code or low-code platform. So unlike any other no-code or low-code platform that you are experiencing right now in the market, I will show you how simply generate a solution with all the middleware, security, and scalability within 30 minutes. All right, I'm going to share the demonstration with you. Right, now we are in the CGGAS.AI website. So you can go through the website and get a clear idea about what CGGAS.AI can do. And at the same time, if you don't have a CGGAS.AI account, you can click on the Get Started button and you can fill all these details, and then you can sign up for the free trial and you can start using the CGGAS platform for your projects. All right, so I'm going to jump into the CGGAS portal. So this is the CGGAS portal. In the navigation bar, you can see the options to configure the version control and options to configure the data sources and for the workspaces. First of all, let's jump into the version control. And in here, you can click on the configure button, and after clicking on add new GitHub account, you can come up with a nickname and getting your username and a personal access token through GitHub, you can configure your GitHub account. Likewise, I added my GitHub account, and CGAS itself provide a default Git account to securely stash your source codes. Likewise, you can configure the data sources as well. You can click new data source button, and we have MongoDB, MySQL, Firebase, and Postgres SQL options are here. So you can select one of the database type and come up with a nickname, and after adding all the the information, so you can set up new data source as well. So I'm moving forward with the default setup. In over here, I'm going to create a new workspace. Workspace is the project. So I'm going to create the workspace name as Evolza Company Manager. So this is the place that CGAS asking you to select the API gateway. So I'm moving forward with the type API gateway since it is the very first option, and then you can select the GitHub account, and then you can select the GitHub organization. All right, now we are creating the workspace. All right, so we have created our workspace. Now we can go inside. Soon after you are clicking on top of the workspace, you can see the overview of your application. In the overview, you can see how microservices are positioned in your application and how these microservices are connected with the databases and how it is connected with the API gateway and the authentication, loggers, and the front end. Now I'm clicking on the application. So as you can see, user management service is already generated for you. So I'm going to create new application over here called company management. And I'm going to select a database. I'm moving forward with the default MongoDB data source. Done. All right. So now we are inside the microservice. In here, you can create the data objects that comes under this microservice. So I'm going to create the company as the very first data object. It will take a couple of seconds because soon after you enter your object name, CGAS.AI, the FGAI will identify all the attributes that comes under this data object. All right, let's add another one called event. And then tickets. All right, so we had already added 3 objects over here. So I'm going to add one more object, primary object called meetings. All right, so we already added all 4 primary objects, and then we are moving into the secondary objects. So I'm going to add meeting notes, and it is time to map our relationships. So I'm going to create new relationship. One company has many events. So I'm passing the primary object to other side. One company has many tickets. One company has many meetings. And finally, one meeting has many meeting notes. All right, we configured 4 relationships over here. Let's click on the API configuration button. You can see 25 base APIs are about to be generated and 4 relationship based APIs about to generate. Let's go back, and you can see 2 microservices are generated over here. So let's create another microservice called lead management. Same way, database, that's it. Again, I'm going to create another 2 objects, lead and then follow up. Cool. So we have created 2 other data objects. So I'm again going to create a relationship. One lead has many follow up. Done. Okay. So we created 3 microservices, 2 microservices over here, and 1 automatically create microservice as well. So I'm clicking on the configure button again to manage my documents. So I want to upload documents. So I want to upload files into this document object, into this document data objects. So I'm going to click that, the edit button, and I'm going to add file over here. Okay, I'm going to create field. And I'm going to change the input type into file. Done. Okay, now we have created the documents as well. Now we'll create another relationship over here to manage one company has many documents. All right, all good. Now you can see CGAS itself identified that you required to have another microservice for your file management. You don't need to create a separate file management microservice for this. So if we click on the configure button over here, now the view is different. Now it is in default, it is configured with the AWS S3 with some default AWS access key and a secret access key. All right, let's go back into the application. Now it is time to configure the API gateway and the authentication. So we are planning to move forward with the default settings. So I'm going to click the default settings and clicking on the confirm button. So it will take a couple of seconds like this, and it will give you default settings have been set successfully. Now it is time to generate all your applications. So before that, I'm going into the GitHub. Into my organizations, and I'm going into webinar CGAS. So you can't see any repository over here. So I'm jumping back and generate all applications and clicking on the generate button. Cool. We have successfully generated our backend, and let's check how all our source codes. Now you can see file management, lead management, company management, and user management. All 4 microservices are successfully generated inside our GitHub or else a version control account. Now it is time to generate our front end. Let's click on the get started button. I'm moving forward with the Mona, and we can select a color. So I'm going to select orange, and you can select whether it's a dark theme or else the light theme like this. So I'm moving forward with the dark theme, and next. This is where you are going to configure all your components. So I'm going to change one component over here, description, into a text area. Right? Then the admin authentication. For this, I'm going to use the temp email All right, we got a temp email over here. So I'm going to create John Doe and clicking on the configure button. Done. Next. So you can whether activate or deactivate your API gateway over here. So I'm going to keep it under the default setting, and I'm going to click on the generate front end button. So this process will take couple of minutes because front end will be generated using Angular. So we'll wait until we reach 100% of our front end generation. All right, our front end is successfully generated. Now let's go back to our source repository and let's reload. Now we can see the fifth one as well. This is our front end, and we'll click on one of our backends, and as you can see, all the APIs are generated. So you can see all the APIs are here. So if you click on one of the APIs, so you can see the source code like this, and you can see the annotations for the APIs as well. So at the same time, you can see the API handlers and the DAOs and the DTOs. So as you saw, we are saving days, months and days of our developers through this platform. So I'm going back, and this is our one of the source repositories. All right, so all our services are here. Let's click on our front end, and as you can see, our front end is generated. At the same time, we generated the CI/CD pipeline as well. So if you click on the details, as you can see, it is going through a CI/CD pipeline, and it is building and pushing into a Docker registry by building the entire application. So it is going through it, and we'll wait some time until it finishes. All right, until it prepares, I'll go back to the CGAS. And if you want to develop a custom function inside your application, there's another option of creating custom functions. In here, you can add new custom functions for your objects. For an example, let's say lead. I want to find leads, and then clicking over here, you can select some field. So likewise, you can generate custom functions as well. So let's go back into our CGAS front end. All right, now we can see as a success. Let's go back into the CGAS and let's click on view your application. Okay, so we are getting an access denied and entering email and password. Before entering email and password, so we have to go back to our temporary email and reset our password. I'm entering a new password and going to reset it. All right, so I'm going to copy this and going to log into the system. All right, we logged into the system over here. Okay, so in the very first run, you can't see all the options to navigate inside your generated applications. So let's reload it. All right, at the first reload, so you can see all the options over here to manage your data objects. So I'm going to add new company. Let's say Evolza, location Sri Lanka, industry software products. All right, we create our first data object over here. Now for the company, I'm clicking on the company details and I'm going to add an event. We have validation over here. All right, so we create a event as well. So I'm going back to the companies. So we can create a meeting with client 1. Right, let's go inside the meeting and create a meeting note over here. All right, so likewise we can go through the functionalities and at the same time we can manage users and roles. So we can see super admin role over here. So I'm going to add new role called company manager. Sorry, let's say lead manager. Lead manager can't do anything related to the user management and role management. Tickets, can't see, let's say read only. And meetings, can't do anything with the meetings. Documents and the follow-ups, add, update, delete, all right. And lead, can do all. Okay, so now we have created another role. So let's create a new user for that as well. So I'm going to have another one. While it comes, right. So we created another user over here. As you can see, a password reset option, email is here for the new user. So I'm going back to the company and clicking here and going to add a document. So I'm going to add document, company registration, content, business registration, author Ivolza, category BR, published at a date, and I'm going to select, and I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to save it. So likewise, you can upload files as well, and you can view the files like this. Okay, so that's about the demonstration. So I'm going back to the CGAS. So we have created 4 microservices over here and a front end, and we have configured the gateway and the authentication and also the file manager. So we have lots of cool features like integration catalog, so you can integrate such as AWS and storage, send email, so you can have that kind of cool features. So yes, that's the magic that you can do with CGAS. So as you can see inside in the Git repository, we have saved hundreds of human hours over here. Yes, let's go back to our presentation.
All right. So thank you, Isuru, for that demonstration. We will now actually be moving into our session done by Mr. Tarinder Kalpage, who will take you through the business end of things and how this can actually benefit your business no matter what scale it is. Mr. Tarinder, over to you.
I think Isuru is fantastic. Thank you, and fantastic demonstration, Isuru. I think I'm actually very excited to see so many people have joined to webinar, and it seems to be this is the perfect platform to share how CGAS can fundamentally transform the way businesses operate, software companies grow and lead their industries. So since the interest of the time, I know you have a lot of Q&A also. So let's start by looking at the business impact. Now imagine you are preparing to launch a new product or service. Traditionally, building a software to support this new product would take months of development, involving significant time, resources, and cost. But as Isuru just demonstrated with CGAS, you can cut down that time to minutes and then imagine the business possibilities that you can have. Launch faster than ever before. Now, obviously, in today's world, speed is crucial. Companies that adapt quickly and introduce new services have the clear edge. And CGAS basically can give you that edge. So by reducing the development time, it also lowers the cost and frees up your team to focus on what truly matters. Maybe driving strategic growth and pursuing new opportunities. So at the same time with that, CGAS offers tremendous flexibility and scalability to the business. Think of CGGAS.AI as a set of building blocks for your software needs. You can be a software development company, you can be a retailer, you can be anyone. You can just build the software by using CGAS. CGGAS.AI grows with you. You can scale effortlessly to meet your expanding needs. Now, basically, picture a company that continuously adapts and improves based on customer feedback. Imagine the advantage that CGAS might offer for such company. CGAS also enables you to be more agile. You have full control of your code, no vendor locking, no limitations. This basically gives you the freedom to make changes as your business evolves. And your technology becomes as adaptable as you are, allowing you to respond to new challenges and seizing new market opportunities. And CGAS also gives you the tremendous competitive advantage as it's rapidly changing market. You can respond to a new market needs rapidly. So imagine the companies that aren't bogged down by the technical complexities, but instead of have the freedom to be agile and responsive. Basically, CGAS removes those technical barriers, enabling your team to focus on what really drives the success. So with CGAS, you are not just keeping up with the competition, you are setting the trend, you are setting the pace. Your teams can dedicate their energy and strategic initiatives to what really matters. So I've been chairman of Evolsa for the last 1 year. So what I see is this platform empowers you to lead in your own domain and your own industry like never before. So human history has very significant milestones, right? So this trend with no code, low code, and the ability which platforms gives you the new ability to take the code down is such a threat. Imagine being able to swiftly launch a new product, which can be a tailored solution for your evolving needs and ability to stay ahead of your competitors. If you're ready to embrace this transformation and to drive real business impact, my CGAS team and Evolsa team with Isuru leading the pack is always available. As Isuru said, you can always talk to us where we will help you to lead, adapt, and excel and grow together with CGAS. So as Isuru mentioned, CGAS offers tremendous advantage if you can be a software development firm or you can be a different company who are trying to launch your own product. Advantages are limitless. This platform is actually one of my best investments, kind of eye-opener for me also. The feedback we get is also tremendous. So we want to reach more and more people, enable more and more people to use CGAS. Isuru have a tremendous plan to go for education sector and give the platform for free for universities and education institutes as well. So all looking very positive. As a board, we are there to support entire Evolsa team, leading by Isuru, Ravan, and entire team. So please feel free to contact them. If you need anything, you can just log into the CGAS website and subscribe also. So I think we might have a lot of questions coming up also. So Isuru and Ravan, all to you. All the best. I'm very proud as your board chairman. I'm extremely proud to see this development, guys. Kudos, keep up the good work. We are there to support. And I'm sure industry would also be there for you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Tarendra, for those words of wisdom. And now we actually have quite a few questions that have come in as well. So we'll actually move into our Q&A session as well. So let's go through some of the questions that have come through. Just a second. All right. So we have one question that has come in. Isuru, I believe you can take this one. What programming languages are used in the CGAS platform?
All right. Thank you for asking that question. And also, I'm so excited to show you, and I'm so proud to show you how CGAS can make you an enterprise software engineer within 30 minutes of time. So along with that, we have a question. What are the languages used in the CGAS platform? So CGAS generates solution using for the back end, we are using Golang, and for the front end, we are using Angular and React. You have options to choose whether you are moving forward with Angular or else React for the front end, and for the back end, it is Golang. When it comes to middleware, the technologies are, so we are offering multiple API gateway types, multiple world-class authentication or else IDP service providers that you can configure it through the platform. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Isuru. We actually have another question that has come in, which asks, can students use CGAS.AI?
Yes. So that is a very good question. So we develop this platform not just for the developers. This is for the business users. This is for the students. This is for project managers and also for developers and enterprise integrators as well. So when it comes to students, so they can use this platform and develop their different kind of ideas. So they can convert their ideas into reality through this platform. So in near future, we are planning to have some cool hackathons for Sri Lankan and New Zealand university students through this platform, so they can engage with CGGAS.AI and develop their entrepreneurial dream and come up with their solution and start their businesses through this platform.
All right. Thank you very much, Isuru. We have another question in the chat, which is, what is the cost or pricing model, and does it scale with the size of the organization?
Yeah, that is a very, very good question. So we have a very standard pricing model. For the individuals, pricing are starting from, so we have a free plan. So the students can, business users can explore the CGAS features through the free subscription. And then we do have the $20, and likewise, we do have some individual subscriptions. When it comes to enterprises, we have for the starting price will be $499 for the enterprises, and there are multiple subscription plans for enterprises as well. So this subscription won't increase with the usage, because soon after we are generating a solution, all the source codes or else the entire solution belongs to you. The source codes are securely stashed into your source repository, not ours. So you can deploy this solution inside maybe any kind of Kubernetes cluster or else VPS like Azure, AWS, Akamai. There are so many service providers out there. So you can choose one of them and you can deploy your solution on your own. So you can run the solution by on your own through these platforms, and you don't have to pay anything to CGAS platform soon after generating the solution. So that's the advantage of the CGAS platform. There are no vendor lock-in or else no platform lock-in soon after generating a solution.
All right. Thank you very much, Isuru. So we have, I think there's just one more question, which is, can you address training and support services?
Yes, we do have different kind of trainings and support programs. So we are right now we are working with multiple business models. So we do have CGAS as a pass. So for the software companies or else the small IT teams or large corporates, they can go for CGAS, the enterprise support plan. Under that, we are providing them a dedicated account manager with all the CGAS experience, that CGAS engineer or else the account manager will support the IT team or else the developers to develop solution through the platform. The other model is you can come up with your idea or else your dream. So we will convert that idea into reality using the CGAS platform and our team, and then we are handing over the entire solution to you. So for that, you can go for one of our support plans, and then we will support you to continue your solution and keep it up and running, and run it without any errors or else problematic scenarios. So we do have multiple plans for you, so you can choose one of them.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Isuru. So we have another question. Do you have customers now using CGAS.AI? I believe maybe some of the use cases that we've done, perhaps.
Yes. So when it comes to customers, we do have multiple customers all around the world. So especially we have so much of customers and partners in Sri Lanka and partners from Canada. And we have different customers from Malaysia, UK, USA, and Sri Lanka, and from India. So all of these customers or all of these customers have their different requirement that we fulfilled through this platform. We already done projects related to banking and corporate wallets and financials, and also when it comes to supply chain, we already completed many projects related to warehousing and production management. Likewise, we did many projects for different fields under different customer requirements and handed over successfully. So most of these clients are like big shots. So we can mention some names like Hilton, KDK, the Sri Lanka's #1 forestry management company, the market leaders, Sadaharita Plantation Limited. So we have big names with us doing big work for the entire human community.
All right. Thank you very much, Isuru. So just another extension of that question, I believe.
Raman, there is another question on the Q&A from Mr.
Yes.
Dulip Ferrando. Just, yeah.
Yes. Please explain how do we maintain the UAT environment? And next, there's another question. We'll move into the second question afterwards. So let's go with how do we maintain the UAT environment?
All right. For the enterprise customers, we are providing, based on their subscription, we are providing a sandbox environment, a UAT environment. So soon after generating the solution, it will automatically deploy into your UAT or else a sandbox environment. So you can explore all the features and present the solution which is generated through this platform for your end clients, and they can explore all these things, and they can come up with their UAT feedback. So you can use that environment for your UATs and sandbox presentations. Likewise, on the same way, for the individual subscriptions, we are giving environment, but the automatic deployments will be there for like 24 hours. After that, it will disappear. So you can regenerate the solution, and it will redeploy into your VPS again if you want to run that solution to show that maybe to your client, maybe to your end business partners. So at that time, you don't need to configure anything. So we are providing a sandbox environment itself for the individual users, a dedicated environment for the enterprise users.
All right. And I believe Dulip has another question, Isuru, which is please explain how to fix bugs and introduce new services or features as change requests after production deployment.
Yeah. So we have so much of cool features for the developers and for the and for the business users as well. So today we went through the features specially designed and developed for the business users. So business users and students, so they can go through these steps and build a solution without going through some complicated processes. But when it comes to developers, they can use the custom functions and they can develop custom APIs through that for the application that we develop using this step-by-step process. And you can connect these APIs along with your front-end components manually or else automatically through the CGAS platform. So right now, we are offering the custom function feature. So you can simply ask what you want to generate using the simple English, like the way how you ask to develop through generative AIs right now. The same way you can ask from CGGAS.AI custom function generator. It will generate solutions unlike any other generative AIs which generates generic set of solutions. We generate the solution by going through the entire source code which is previously generated, and that solution will be a part of the solution that we already generated. There are no code redundancies and there are no code duplicates or the dependency duplicates inside your source code.
All right. Thank you very much, Isuru. So we have another question actually, which is, can we get the code base of the generated project using the free subscription?
The free subscription actually provides you to configure the GitHub repository, will not provide you to configure the GitHub repository. So you don't have chance to get the source codes, but from today onwards to 2 months of time, we are enabling the free users also to get the source codes through their free subscription. For these 2 months, we are giving a promotional time period even for the free users to explore these code download or else stashing your source codes into your source repository feature. So you can explore that as well.
Right, Isuru. One of a friend of mine who's a CEO who have joined the meeting. He actually joined from the mobile, so he have texted me 2 questions. I know the Dumindu has also some questions, so we'll quickly go. So his question is okay. Basically financial. Instead of the current manner where he used about 10-15 developers, if he use CGAS, how much reduction that he can get from developers, whether we are trained developers to use CGAS, that's number one. Then if it is existing duration is 4 months, what is the reduced duration? That means he wants to know whether he can cut 4 months to 2 months, and the cost, whether he can cut the cost from minimum 50%. So I just asked all the questions here. So 3 questions. Whether the CGAS, whether his engineers can use the CGAS, so he can cut the 15 people team to maybe 3 or 4, then deliver the project twice as faster for the half the cost. That is his value proposition to consider.
Yes. So for the answer for all the questions are yes. And so since we are generating the solution under microservice architecture and along with the world-class authentic, the security and the scalability. So if you try to make all these things manually or else using the traditional software development approach, you have to develop the shell of all the microservices manually again and again and again. So it will take huge time and cost to develop all of these microservices. Soon after generating all of these microservices, then we do have the APIs in it. So we need to have another layer with the API gateway to protect all of these APIs. To configure the microservices APIs with the API gateway takes again a huge time to configure it with all the security. Then the authentication, and when it comes to loggers and when it comes to the other features, it will take huge time to configure and to code. But in here, soon after feeding your requirement, it will do all of these things for you through the CGAS platform. So literally, it is not saving 50% of time, it is actually saving 80% of your time. So then what you have to do is, soon after having this model driven front end, after generating the solution, your front end developers can customize it and hand over the solution the way how we expected by the end client. So let's say you have some Figmas developed by your team, or else your BA team, or else your end customer. So you can customize the Angular or else the React front end like the way how the end client expected, and you just need to configure it with the generated backend and with the API gateway and all these things, which is like one click away from CGAS.AI. So literally, we are not saving 50%. I would like to say it is as 80%.
Fantastic. So he said it's fantastic. We better deliver based on our commitment. He wants a trial. And the other thing is, his question is whether he can continue the code base even without CGAS by modifying it in future, without CGAS.
Yes, that is one of our main features and main benefits that provides through CGAS. So soon after generating the solution, the code is all yours. So it is stashed in your source repository. So what we are suggesting you to create a new branch instead of updating uh, the the main branch. So if you try to update the main branch, there will be a merge conflict. So in development, so it is a practice. So you have to create a new branch, and you can have a different kind of features that you expected to have inside your system. So you can update it, and you can have a totally different version inside your source repository, and you don't need CGAS.AI anymore to continue the solution. You can deploy it anywhere that you want, and you can continue doing your business without the CGAS platform.
Right. For the he's typing multiple questions. For interest of time, I will connect you with him separately. So there's a question from Ravan. Ravan from Mr. Damin to Hektiarachi again. Maybe we want to take it.
Yes. Thanks, Tarendra. So Isuru, his question reads, can we generate multiple microservices that are connected together using CGAS? And if yes, can we create event-based microservices? And what are the available options for messaging services?
All right. So right now, all the communications are happening through HTTP. In near future, we are planning to introduce the messaging services as well. So right now, all the microservices are connected with the API gateway, and all the communications are happening through the API gateway.
Right. Thank you very much, Isuru. So I believe we have exhausted our quota for questions now as well. So once again, thank you very much, Isuru, and thank you very much, Tarindra, for sharing your valuable insights. And
Raman, can we get
yes,
maybe Isuru's and your numbers and email addresses shared here? Because a lot of questions are coming up, so they can offline send it to you.
Yes, sure.
Maybe type on a chat button so people can see it.
Yes.
And while we are entering those information, I would like to mention we are here at Jitex North Star at Dubai Harbour. So if you are in Dubai, please visit us at Hall 2, stand H2 I-24. So I'll be there for you.
One second. All right. So once again, you can actually have put the link to our website as well on the chat. So you can simply go into our website and sign up for an account. And as we mentioned, actually a little bit of a sneak peek that we wanted to wait till the end of the meeting to announce actually. So each and every one of the participants of this meeting, you will actually receive an email with a free trial subscription, as we mentioned, that you will be able to generate your own codes through the CGAS platform as well. So alongside that, again, thank you very much, Isuru. Thank you very much, Tarindra, as always, for your valuable insights. And most of all, thank you to each and every one of you who has joined us today, who has taken the time out of your busy schedules. We really appreciate that. And hopefully you have seen exactly how CGAS.AI can transform your software development and give your business the tools it needs to thrive. Thank you very much, everyone, and hope to see you all soon.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone.